Elon Musk is creating a wave of John Hamm robots with claw hammers.
I can give you like 20 robots to do whatever the hell you want with.
They won't claw hammer your balls.
Yeah.
That's been disabled on them.
They're not necessarily like evil.
You should have never put all your balls out at the same time.
This is real, and it's coming for you.
Hey, what's up, guys? Another Forehead Fables episode. How you doing?
Welcome back, guys.
Yeah.
How are you guys doing?
And this is when you guys say,
Good,
we're
Sam.
doing good. And we go, I'm glad to hear it. That's
Really
awesome
good stuff,
news,
guys.
I know what you guys just got finished doing. Like everybody else, you all went to go see the Minecraft movie.
Oh yeah.
I fucking
Talk about it. I haven't seen it yet.
You haven't seen it?
No, I'm
It was
probably not. I'll wait till it's on Hulu or something.
Are you insane?
Okay, fine. I'll go see it tonight.
It had one of the biggest opening weekends of like any movie ever. It's a cultural phenomenon. You can't wait until Hulu.
I don't have kids and I'm not a teenager, so I feel like if I went there just alone, it would be
okay.
It'd feel weird.
I understand where you're coming from. I didn't get the hype. I was just a guy bringing his kids to go see the movie, and then before the movie, you if you have little kids, you sit them down and you go, before we walk in the theater, I don't care if you feel like you're completely bone dry. You have to at least attempt to piss before we start this. You have to go in there and get every little drippy drop out. And I was like, lead by example.
Down from the top, push it out, all the liquid.
Wring your tummy out. And so I went in there leading by example. I went to go pee. And as I'm at the urinal, I was like, what is this elevator music? I know this music. It was the mall. It's that song Mall from Minecraft. Like that you put, like you find the music disc and you put it in the jukebox in the game. They were playing that in the bathroom.
That's cool.
And I was sitting there bobbing my head. I was like, I am so fucking hyped for this movie now. It turned my attitude all the way around. Yeah, Minecraft. So I ran in there and we got our nice little seats. I told him beforehand, I was like, you better piss before this movie because I got the best seats in the house, right in the middle. And we went to the concession stand. Had to get the wolf from the movie, Dennis, at plush, which came with a popcorn tin,
That's
TNT,
cool.
and as soon as and it came with a drink with a figurine. It was $50. It was $53.
That's not. I mean, it's.
And then my daughter said,
"Not that bad."
My daughter said, "Oh shit, I want one too." So I had to spend like $110. After that, Abby's like, "Can I just get like a cup of water?" So I had to spend over $100 on just concessions, and then we went in the theater. It turned out we got the wrong theater. If you get Dolby Digital, you get the nice seats. If you just go to IMAX, no Dolby Digital, you get the seats from like 2003. So
no Dolby Digital.
Yeah, I don't know what I was thinking.
Yeah, because Dolby Digital, you get the kind of reclining,
the reclining
electric,
ones, with the buttons and everything. And there's a little bit more distance between you and the people next to you, which is nice. I made
that mistake when I saw Oppenheimer or whatever. We got an IMAX at the, I don't know, like a museum here or something has like a big IMAX theater.
Yeah.
And it's like, this is like the best screen in Indiana. Oh my God. I hadn't been to like just an IMAX theater in forever.
They're brutal.
The seats were like on top of each other. And yeah, they were ancient.
Yeah.
And they were so uncomfortable. Would have much rather seen it in Dolby Digital. Just to have better audio or whatever.
And not a spherical screen.
Yeah.
Which is what the IMAX theaters are.
It's meant to be seen on a cubicle screen. So,
well, if you saw Minecraft on an IMAX screen, that would break your mind because it's like, it's a cube game, cube world. It should be on a cubular screen. The movie fucking sucked so
Incredible.
Bad. But it was, this is why you have to see it in theaters, because I thought I was at like the Super Bowl or something. There were so many moments where you should have seen Abby. Abby like doesn't even like play any video games or anything, she's like, Minecraft or whatever, that's like a cube game or something. She like knows it from me.
Cubes, right?
When
Bricks.
people started like standing ovation clapping at the opening sequence, she was like, what the hell's going on here? Oh, I guess we showed up 30 minutes early. And so she
cool.
She was like, oh, I guess they're just excited the movie's starting too, because I was kind of getting bored as well. And then there, as like more and more references to Minecraft started showing up, like
in the Minecraft movie or in the previews.
That movie takes a fucking long time to get going. There's a lot of
surprising.
Like,
I thought it was just like an 80-minute long movie.
That's what it should have been. And it's one of those movies kind of like Avatar where it's like a big event, but like, I don't know the main character's name. It's not Jack Black's Steve. It's not Steve. The main character is like a kid. I forget his name. His sister is a huge part of it. Forget her name. There's like a sassy black lady realtor side character that's just there to like bob her head and go like, oh child, and don't know her name. They did like a lot of backstory on Jason Momoa's character. Yeah. For whatever reason. I don't know. It takes so long to get into Minecraft. And but once you're in there, like every little reference in the movie to the game and how it's played, people were just like
expertly done.
Yeah. There was next to me there was probably like 5 or 6 black guys that had all showed up, and they were, as soon as like there's like this opening scene where they're like going through a Minecraft village and a pig walks by with a crown, and Jack Black goes, or like Jason Momoa's like, who is that, like a king? And Jack Black goes, no, that's a legend. And it's like supposed to be Technoblade, like an old Minecraft YouTuber.
Yeah.
Those black guys were all like, Technoblade never dies. Yeah. And like people were like the hardest clapping I've ever heard. And at that moment I realized I haven't made it. If I die, there's going to be no row of black kids going, whoa, if there's ever a reference to me in a movie. It's not going to happen. And
you'll be lucky.
That kind of filled me with a little bit of sadness.
Make a fucking tweet. Yeah.
If you even tweet in my direction.
Lucky if Abby showed up at your funeral.
Yeah.
Well,
but
yeah, I've seen a lot of clips of like people at the theaters going absolutely fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's sure, it's for kids and stuff. And I don't know, like I've played Minecraft. Okay. Everyone's played Minecraft, but I don't think I've ever like been to I've never made it to the Ender Dragon. I've never gone to the Nether, like maybe twice. Like I always start it and then go, wow, it's, I'll download a shit ton of mods. It's like doing a Skyrim rerun where I'll like download all these mods, get some shaders, and then after like 20 minutes, I'm like, I don't really know what to do in this game. I know it's like you make your own fun and stuff, but I don't really even know how to build much. It's like, I'm not super hyped about the movie itself because I probably won't get a lot of the references.
It's people like you, okay, that are just a detriment to this world.
That game used to like genuinely scare me when I was a kid because the music was very eerie.
It is eerie.
And like nighttime was very scary. So, I mean, I've played the first like 2 hours of Minecraft probably like 50 to 100 times, but
this is insanity.
I built like a couple houses that I like, but I don't really know. I think if I played with friends, it'd be more fun, but I've never found it that fun.
You're insane. You're absolutely bonkers. I had another friend that was like, I don't like the game doesn't have like instructions and rules. So like, it's not really, he wouldn't even classify it as a game. He's like, that's not a game. There's plenty in there for them to structure a game within it. It's a sandbox. Yeah. And I'm like, you can do anything. You can do anything. It's as game gets. And he's like, no, it has to be like Flappy Bird where you have like there's like a goal, like it's implicit, like the goal is right there.
There's no way he said,
and I'm
like Flappy Bird.
He didn't say that something that stupid, but I was so pissed about him just asserting that Minecraft wasn't a game that I have then dumbed down his counter argument to being Flappy Bird is a game.
I think it's very much a game. I think you can have endless fun in it.
Oh yeah.
I think I've just had like experiences where I'll just go around a lot. I like finding an interesting biome. It's like Rust Wipe. You know, I like finding like a beautiful area,
Yeah.
but then I don't really, you know, and then I just kind of don't know what to do.
Oh my god.
Maybe I'll build a bow.
Yeah.
I know how to do that. Sticks and string. And I just actually I re-downloaded it like a week ago. Played for 15 minutes. I was thinking like new computer, I can probably play with the craziest mods. That's like 20 FPS. Like, all right. I don't know how this is even possible. I don't know what I would need to get this to look good.
Okay.
I saw the clip on Twitter where Jack Black, the dog, throws a frisbee and he jumps and grabs it with his mouth. That was pretty funny.
Yeah.
I would have clapped during that part.
There was a lot of clapping during that part. There was a part where I was kind of just like, oh, I'm enjoying the movie now. It's kind of a chill part where we're just kind of relaxed, and then they were falling.
Relaxing.
Yeah,
Jack Black's just like, what is he playing guitar around a
No,
campfire?
they were falling through the sky, but it wasn't like I wasn't expecting like the amount of applause that was about to happen. And so I'm just kind of chilling there, and I noticed like Olivia
just like chilled out.
I was chilled out in the movie theater. Olivia was about to go to sleep because she hasn't played Minecraft, so she was politely there. Madeline was on the edge of her fucking
It's
seat.
no Dogman movie.
Yeah.
For her, yeah.
And before they were going to hit the ground and die, and before they hit the ground, they threw a bucket of water so that they could land in it, which is a classic
I get
Minecraft.
that one.
Yeah. As soon as that bucket of water got thrown, the entire theater was just, whoa! Screaming.
Water bucket.
Yeah.
Yes.
And I saw Olivia just like jolt away, like scared the shit out of her. And every time I'd look over and Abby's just like, what the fuck? Like, this is insanity. Honestly, one of the better movie theater experiences. I've always seen those interviews with Tarantino where he's just autistically talking about the movie theater. He's like, yeah, you're in there with a bunch of people you don't know, but it's a collective experience. It enhances the experience. And I didn't know what he meant. That was one of the most memorable movie-going experiences for a movie I don't remember the main character to I've ever seen. I think there is something to be said about it.
Like, as much as, on rewatch, they might not hold up as well or whatever, but I feel like in-game and Infinity War in theater was some of the most fun I've had. There were a couple times where I'm like, okay, everybody calm down. I can't hear the goddamn movie at all. It's like all of our first time seeing it. So like,
yeah,
I'd like to hear the dialogue, but it was really, it's sweet. Yeah. When people are like going crazy in it, or in Force Awakens, I remember that happened a lot. It's cool. Maybe I will go see the Minecraft movie. I will say, as much as I didn't really dog on the game. Okay. I just said, I've never been able to get hooked in it. But I think the most jealous I've ever been of people gaming is when Minecraft Hunger Games was a thing. And I used to watch those videos a shit ton. And I wanted nothing more than to be like good at that and able to play it. And at the time, I don't think I could like figure out, I was just like a stupid little kid. Those are some of the coolest videos ever. And I remember they had like build off competitions where they would have two people like build a creative build with a topic. That kind of stuff, very cool. Very engaging.
Yeah. Madeline's been like watching the movie. She got home and was like, we're gonna play on our realm, and I have like things I'm gonna build now. Like, she got inspired by the movie. And so she started building these giant statues, in like a giant statue of a duck, because she saw at the top of there's that clip of in the Minecraft movie of like the lava chicken booth,
right,
where he pulls a lever and chicken falls into lava.
Huge applause.
Yeah. When that song was playing in the theater, people were like, whoa. And on top of his chicken stand, there is just a big statue of a chicken. And she's like, that's awesome. I'm going to make a bunch of statues of like all the different creatures. And so now our Minecraft world she has no sense of city planning, urban planning, or anything. My house is now surrounded by about 15 sculptures that are one block apart. Like I have a hard time squeezing between them.
The aqueduct's gonna fit through here now.
Yeah, and they
public bathhouse.
They're so like, I just exit my house and there's so many statues around. They shade everything from the sun, so creepers are spawning like right next door to our houses. All the legs have been blown off all the statues and everything. She couldn't find she was making them out of wool, and you can dye the wool only a certain amount of colors. And so she was like, I'm gonna make you as a big statue. She made me into like a black guy. I have like a big afro because she could only do hair color black. And then the only skin color looking one she could get was brown. And she's like, it's you. And I'm like, that's me, baby. It looks exactly like me. It rocks. The hair starts here and then goes up and around. So it looks like an afro. It looks like a big afro on top. She made a big zombie. Very, very cool. I told her I was going to make the lava chicken shack from the movie because it looks so easy. Chicken falls down in the lava, and then you get cooked chicken out of a dispenser. I could do that. Anybody could do that. I've made the like invisible door you walk up to, you step on a pressure plate and the pistons open up, and then you just walk into your awesome wall, invisible door.
Very complicated.
It honestly, with the sticky pistons and everything, it is complicated to put all that shit together. And so I was like, hey, I can make this chicken shack easy. I struggled for 3 hours trying to make a chicken shack. And kids are super impatient. Every 20 minutes she was coming by going like, Dad, why isn't it finished yet? We need food. And I'm like, go eat a fucking baked potato. I got baked potatoes right over there. The chicken shack will be finished in just a moment. I couldn't figure it out. I watched a video of someone making one. I thought you just put chickens in, they hit lava. That's not how it goes, dude. You have to have a roost of chickens up top.
Okay.
And then they poop out their eggs. The eggs have to land into a series of funnels, which then feed those chicken eggs into a dispenser. That dispenser is connected to redstone. When you hit the button, it launches an egg out, which hatches into a chicken, which then you have like a redstone converter or whatever that also like opens up the pistons for the lava at the same time. And then it cooks the chicken, but not too long because it'll destroy the meat. The chicken meat falls down into another funnel, which then goes into it, and then it dispenses out for you or whatever. I couldn't get it all to work in tandem. I just felt like a big fucking idiot. And she was like on the verge of tears. She was really upset that I couldn't get it done. Especially since I had promised. She was like, I did my part. I built the chicken statue. You just need to build the chicken shack for us to put it on top of.
Straight, you and your racist little kid made a chicken shack with a statue of a big black man by it and a bunch of statues of chickens everywhere. And you couldn't even get it to work.
And we couldn't even get it to work.
I never understood like redstone. I never understood anything. You know, maybe that's why I couldn't get into it because
yeah, it's harder than it looks.
The knowledge to learn pistons or, this kind of, I get minecart. Okay. But I don't get how like the more complicated aspects.
Yeah.
And I remember when we played VR Minecraft for like 20 minutes, I thought I was going to throw up because you had grapple hooks and stuff. And, like that was pretty cool.
It was cool.
I had it set up one time and now it's not set up. I don't think I'll ever do that again, but it was pretty neat.
Yeah.
Like, I don't think swinging is the thing you should be doing in that game in VR.
Oddly enough,
really hurt.
Minecraft VR is so great because you can just physically climb up and down the crevices and stuff. That's cool. But the thing that got me the most sick was just being on a boat and just sitting there in VR.
Bobbing.
Because like the way your guy sits in a boat, you're only like an inch above the water level. And then you're just hauling ass and like taking like jerky turns and everything. It makes your stomach churn. And I remember me and Bizzle were in a boat going like, let's go on a boating adventure. We went down one river and then we're like, we have to get off. Like we actually just called it a night. We're like, we have to get off.
I don't think I have my sea legs yet.
Yeah. No. But that movie, if you haven't seen it, guys, it sucks.
Guys,
but
go watch it.
It rocks. Okay. Jason Momoa fucking reeks in it. It is 100% just propped up by Jack Black doing his darndest. He is like, I'm surrounded by the worst actors of all time. And I'm going to
get your kid one of the Jack Black toys.
I'm going to. No, I'm going to buy
fat middle-aged man toy.
Yeah, I'm going to buy one of those.
I love those pictures of the action figures where it's just Jack Black in a blue shirt, teal shirt, blue pants.
Yeah.
Could not imagine having that much fun with it. Granted, I've mentioned before, I had a fat bastard toy when I was a kid, and I had a lot of fun with that. So kind of similar.
Dude, kids are so annoying because you'll spend like all this money on Christmas stuff for them and toys or whatever, and then they'll just find like an empty shoebox and be like, look, it's like an apartment for like this twig, and they'll just play with like nothing. It'll just be nothing. They'll make toys out of something.
I went to, speaking of, a toy store the other day.
Mm-hmm.
That was badass. If you live in Indy, go to the toy pit. Look at this. Flasher Gremlin.
That's pretty cool.
With cigarette, sunglasses, and beer.
That's badass.
And you can like take them off. You know, you can do anything with it. The little cigarette, very cool.
How much was he?
It's like $30.
Holy shit.
In original boxing.
In original box?
Pretty cool. It came with like all its little accessories.
That's how much my cup topper was. My shitty zombie cup topper.
This toy store was no joke. And they even had mystery box Garfields. And I got Inventor Garfield. And the little gremlin cigarette fits in his hand. So now all my little toys have a cigarette, which is pretty cool. And it came with a little Odie that's like a car, like a rocket car. Pretty cool.
How relevant is Garfield that they have mystery boxes of his figurines?
This toy store literally had, I mean, just like everything. It had so many, it had like, I mean, Flasher Gremlin. It had the gremlin that's a girl with the hair, the like stripper gremlin that guy bangs. They had, I mean, it's just aisles and aisles of like every different IP. You know, they had Fortnite, Mortal Kombat.
Did they have Minecraft? They have Minecraft stuff?
They had Minecraft. It was just fucking, it was very overwhelming. And I kind of went there too because they sell hot toys, but also they buy.
Yeah, that's what you need
toys.
more of.
No, let me finish, bitch. They buy stuff off people.
Okay.
So I'm like, tax season's coming up. I don't really fuck with these hot toys as much as I once did in my greed when I gobbled up a bunch of them. Now I'm like, well, I'd rather have money. So I kind of went to scout out, how much they'd pay for that kind of stuff. Immediately forgot what I went there for. Ended up buying a bunch of little toys because it was just very overwhelming. I bought a little Star Wars action figure. I bought my Garfield mystery box. In that Garfield mystery box, I thought, this is outrageously expensive. It was like $30.
Yeah.
Looked up this one on eBay, $39.
Ooh.
So really, and some of the other ones you can get out of that box are even worth even more. So it's like gambling. It's like an investment.
An investment, yeah.
$9 profit right there. I'm not going to sell it. And nobody, and that listing had been on eBay for about 5 years. But in theory, that's a theoretical $9. Like stocks.
The economy is like approaching just a cliff, and I feel like that
toys are about to be gold.
I feel like that toy guy has people walking up with hot toys every day, going like, "Can I sell these so I can pay my utility bill?"
Oh my god. Okay. Well, also, do you remember it all when I got that company? I can't even remember what they're called, but they got in a bunch of like legal trouble for, I don't know, doing shady shit with like Twitch streamers and YouTubers and stuff. But I had that Capital One sponsorship where they were like, get a bunch of people to download this extension and you can do a giveaway. You get to pick the items.
Yeah.
I picked, they had a Flasher Gremlin puppet that was like full size. It was like this big.
Yeah.
And that's what I wanted as my thing. And they kept being like, how about instead like a Nintendo Switch? And I'm like, no, I want the Flasher. And they're like, well, it needs to appeal to a bunch of people. I'm like, it's my audience, fucker. And I think they'd like a Flasher Gremlin more. And I argued with them for like 30 emails where they're like, can we just come to a middle ground about like maybe instead it's like a gift card to Best Buy? I'm like, I got to the point where I'm like, it's literally Flasher Gremlin or you fucking get away from me. And like 2 days before I hit the goal, they froze the campaign. And I was like 3 downloads away from hitting my next tier where I made like $1,000 more. And somebody got a Flasher Gremlin and they just froze it. And then we're like, I don't know. It was the biggest bullshit ever. And then 5 months later, I see them all over the news where it's like, this company is shady as hell. Anyway.
Who, Capital One? I'm a Capital One card holder.
No, the middleman, the ad agency, whatever they were.
All ad agencies are fucking just full of scammers and douchebags.
Except for ours, guys. This episode's sponsored by Factor Meals, so let's be careful.
Factor Meals is legitimate, but the people that get us the Factor Meals
tangible
ads,
meal that you can see and eat.
Who knows? Who knows? You know?
No, they're cool, probably. Those flasher girl, I'm looking them up. Those are still $300. I was trying to find this toy on Amazon. The exact one I got, $53. That's a $20 profit in theory. And look at this. Okay, guys, I'm gonna be needing some money from the viewers. Check this out. They taxidermied a mouse and dyed it green to make it look like the Flasher Gremlin. And they gave it sunglasses and a little cigarette. Feels wrong in a way.
Nah.
But I love the mouse taxidermy on Etsy. They have there's that one that just had a plate of cocaine I almost bought. There's bong one. Really, $270 basically.
20 plus views in the last 24 hours.
Can you post a picture of this in here? How do I show this? This is awesome. This is the kind of shit that I wish they sold at Toy Source. Okay, it didn't download right. Oh, it's a virus. Oh shit, it's a big virus. Oh god, what's happening? My computer's really heating up. Did I mention already on the podcast that, I had all that fucking computer, all those issues, and then there was massive flooding here and huge storms, and I was sitting here playing a game oh, it's finally built. Oh, what's that? What's that? I was getting splashed because water's leaking from my ceiling, hitting my computer and bouncing over and splashing me. Pipe leaking directly into my new computer. If that would have broken it, I would not be here today. I would be gone. And now I'm worried, is that what happened to my old computer? This random ass pipe just leaked right into it.
Wait, it's a pipe that's leaking?
It doesn't make sense. It's up by a pipe, but it's only happening when it rains outside and I'm in the basement. We can't figure out what this pipe leads to. Something outside or
okay, let me tell you. I'm going to tell you exactly what's happening. All right.
Okay, help me.
I know exactly what's happening.
There's just foam in the hole now. There's just foam everywhere.
Okay. You have your plumbing as it goes into the wall. In order for it to go, imagine you have a mass of liquid or piss or shit going down a pipe.
I can imagine that.
It creates, suction, and there's gas that, from your shit. So what they do is they have a P-trap under your sink, which holds water in it, so gas can't come up and go out the bottom of your sink at your drain and get all stinky. So in order for there to be room for suction without pulling all that water out of your P-trap, your pipe in the wall goes all the way up and through the roof. If you look at somebody's roof, you'll see little pipes sticking up. Those are plumbing vents. And around those plumbing vents, there's a little rubber boot that goes around it and under your shingles. And if your roof is old, or if it's a metal plumbing boot that's around it, sometimes squirrels will eat it up. Point is, there's a leak around that, and it's leaking and rotting out your roof right now.
Awesome.
And I figured it's running down the pipe, rainwater is, and into your office.
I figured that'd be something worse. It is rotting something and something bad's going on. But right now, I just put some foam up there. And that is not my job. Okay, I got to call the landlord or something. Figure that out. But anyway, now I have this new system where when I go to bed, I put a towel over my computer and hope I don't forget. So it's not bad. There's also a simpler solution where I move the computer. You're going to be telling yourself, but it's kind of built this office around the computer placement. Not very many convenient other places to put it.
That is insane that a roof leak would end up down in the basement on top of your computer. That's
literally directly above where it's hitting into my vent on top of my computer.
That's awesome.
It is what it is. I've got a towel up against the ceiling now and some foam. So
yeah.
Anyway, that started. Look at I see the picture down there. Can you drag that up here?
Yeah. Let's add that to the stage.
What do you guys think about that? $260.
That's huge.
And also, what's the, like, is it like morally wrong to do this?
I have a woman's ashes decorated in my office, so I don't think that's
right.
I mean, people skin animals and create clothing with them.
Oh, that gives me. If I could, when I die, be turned into one of these.
Yeah.
Hard.
Well, I was about to say, do you want your penis there, or do you want us to lop it off like this one?
If you could cover me in like gremlin scales.
I want to be like a classy streaker, like a classy guy showing my genitals. Yeah, you don't want them all out.
I think I might, I was a regular gremlin. I was Gizmo this Halloween.
Yeah.
Next Halloween, I'd be an actual gremlin, flasher gremlin, because I have a jacket that would be perfect. And I could get a cigarette.
Yeah.
I could get like gremlin ears. Like
I was about to say, I mean, like, at what point does this become gremlin and not just like I'm a flasher, like a guy in a trench
Maybe
coat?
when I open my jacket, I've got a shirt that says flasher gremlin or something, or like.
Why can't you just wear that incredibly hot suit you had and then put a trench coat? I can send you my leather gambit trench coat that made me almost die.
Because that suit is a mogwai and this is a gremlin. Dude, it's totally different color scheme.
Yeah, the ears are kind of
the ears are kind of similar, but
spray paint it.
Okay. Oh fuck, I dropped the beer and it broke. But look at this. This is scaly and
but the mouse isn't scaly.
Snake-like. What?
The mouse,
I know,
yeah.
but they're doing the best they can with the mouse.
So you do the best you can with your gremlin outfit.
Listen, man, I want to buy a scaly suit. Okay, let me have this. I don't know. Speaking of animals being put in dire situations, you see that dire wolf?
Yeah, I did. That was a great segue, by the way.
Thanks.
That was pretty
segue.
Awesome. Yeah.
Let's talk about wheels.
Yeah, they brought back dire wolves or something with cloning tech.
Too much into it, like at all.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna say that they did it and it's good.
I
don't know.
I mean, like, why would you want to? Why would you want dire wolves back?
They're a keystone species, okay? And I think it's mainly because it's like cool.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to say it's the main just to be like, look what we can do.
Yeah.
Like those woolly mice, which I think was the same company where it's like they're mice with woolly mammoth fur or whatever.
I have also seen that they're bringing back a woolly mammoth because they only went extinct like 5,000 years ago. So
yeah, and I'm wondering, like they just take an elephant and make it look like a woolly mammoth. Yeah, basically.
No, I think they take the woolly mammoth DNA and they somehow put it into the embryo or into like the egg of a regular elephant, some sort of like hybrid. But I think it would be cool to have
don't come from eggs, dude.
I think it would be cool to have like a winter elephant. Like how cool would it be to be up in Siberia and there's elephants up there? But I mean, the way the planet's going,
watch out!
The way the planet's going, I don't think there's gonna be a whole lot of room for like roaming elephants, like woolly mammoths and stuff.
I feel like most of the animals we currently have are gonna be gone.
Yeah,
like 50 years. So there's maybe an argument to be made about conservation, but also bring them back. Saber-toothed tiger.
I saw
Tasmanian devil.
I saw that one like diagram showing
Tasmanian devil. I always say
tiger
that.
Biting someone's fucking eyes with their big saber-toothed teeth. And I
seems like that'd be really hard to do from where they line up.
No, I think they line up like perfectly. If they go to bite you from behind, they can just put the saber teeth like through your eyeballs.
That's awesome.
And no, that thing can stay fucking dead forever. That thing can stay dead. Why don't they bring back like
have to worry about that?
Those little in an island in like off of like Thailand or something? They had like little tiny people. There was like little midget people.
I think they should bring back toy soldiers and like make action figures real so they could be your friends.
That's more likely than them bringing back
Also,
tiny little people.
I meant the Tasmanian tiger. Okay, not the Tasmanian devil. I always say the devil. That's the cartoon. Would be curious to bring that
There's
back.
a Tasmanian devil, I think.
Isn't that still a thing, though?
Maybe, hold on.
Or is that? I don't know. Is
Yeah,
isn't
yeah,
that
yeah.
like a little?
No,
it's like
it,
a little
it
like
became
badger
extinct
thing.
3,500 years ago. Yeah.
Oh,
But I'm looking at pictures of
the
it walking
Tasmanian
around.
tiger's cooler, and those only became extinct like 100 or 200 years ago.
Oh, it says it's endangered. The devil's endangered. Why did it say?
Yeah, there's pictures of it like hanging out.
Oh, it's only on Tasmania. It was all the way across mainland Australia, but became extinct 3,500 years ago. Okay. And then Tasmanian tiger is the one where they have like a last photo
Yeah.
of it. And there's like the last one was in captivity.
Yeah, bring those back.
They're kind of cool,
I think
kind of scary looking.
saw somebody was the fear with bringing all these back is then like, I mean, what are they going to do with them really? Or they're just going to make like zoos filled with like animals.
We brought
from
you
it.
back, bitch, and now people gotta pay to throw
Yeah.
peanuts at you.
Yeah. I feel like they won't
And you know that
have very
that company's
good lives.
yeah,
But
that company's not like we're gonna bring you back just so we can release you in the wild. We spent billions of dollars on this.
that would be awesome though if
No.
they were just like, here's a woolly mammoth. It's
For the
it's
great of
loose.
humanity, we let it loose somewhere.
You know how quickly somebody would hunt that? Like how quickly they already hunt regular elephants. If you put there's one woolly mammoth loose in the wild. Be like the fucking golden ticket. People, I'd go out there with my little pea shooter.
Oh, no.
Hang out. I try to
They
at least
find that
leg
thing, it's got like arrows sticking out of its
Yeah.
back. And holy fuck!
spear shafts everywhere.
They've advanced. They've advanced.
Bring back caveman, that frozen caveman.
Yep.
Bring back woolly mammoth, Coliseum style.
Deathmatch.
Death matches. I would like to think it's like, oh, I like animals. I care about these things. Now, if you throw up a Coliseum, I want to be in there, Minecraft movie style,
Yeah.
going fucking crazy.
Well, I think that's where
It would
Jurassic
distract me.
Jurassic Park fell apart. It's the exact same thing as Jurassic Park. This company's trying to bring back these old extinct animals, but the people from Jurassic Park thought that they could take these violent animals and keep them in a passive park. It's not going to work, dude. They want to kill. Okay, they're crazy meat-eating animals.
Woolly mammoth isn't a meat eater.
No, but
Throw that in it.
they have old-timey anger built up in them.
Is that,
They have
you know, I'm just gonna
generational
take
trauma.
Your word for it. Yeah. that's true.
Imagine you come back, right? And you've been future robots reconstruct you, bring you back, and they go, your whole species was driven to extinction by us.
I go, I win. I'm the
You
winner
go,
of my
I'm gonna
species."
fucking kill you guys. Okay. So
Yeah.
if humans who historically hunted woolly mammoths brought them back, that woolly mammoth's gonna have some anger. Okay, woolly
That's
mammoth.
going to be good for the Coliseum, though,
I
if
think
it does
so.
have it. Because it wouldn't be good if it was just
if
like.
the Jurassic Park people had given those T-Rexes an outlet, at least a chance to tear something up.
Things aren't looking good out there.
No.
People need a distraction.
Exactly.
We need circuses back. We need Coliseums back.
We need to watch 15 guys with spears try to take on a giant mammoth.
And I'm curious, how many direwolves would it take to kill a woolly mammoth?
Mm-hmm.
How many woolly mammoths would it take to kill 15 cavemen?
How many
I would be-
saber-tooths how many eyeballs can a saber-tooth tiger puncture with its fucking crazy jaws?
And it's like ultimately people beat all these things, but you put a caveman in a Coliseum, it's not like,
No.
he's not hunting it on a plane for days.
Yeah.
He's in a big
We
circle.
only won because we have sex better and multiply quicker than they do.
And because we can run longer.
Yeah. And also,
Maybe not faster, but longer.
we're also like, we'll eat anything. We will
And
literally.
We're smarter than a wolf.
We can think more better than they can.
Give a caveman a gun. I'd be curious. Would he even? I don't know if he'd know. I think if you gave him a gun, he'd probably shoot himself or something. But
If you showed
I'd
him
be
first, if you showed him like, you know what he would do? If you actually went back in time and said, "Look,
clear it.
look what this, look what this can do," boom, boom, boom. You shoot like a watermelon or something with it, and then you hand it to him. He's going to go to the first lady he sees and just go, let me have sex with you or I'm going to fucking blow your head off.
Go up to the chief of the clan.
Say, I'm chief now, and all your wives are my wives. I feel like at our basest, I feel like that's probably what would happen.
Spin it, put it in his little...
Instantly, like Rango. He's just like a naked dude with like just the belt on.
That'd be cool. I mean, everyone's thought about going back in time with a gun. The kind of, the kind of god you could become, the kind of destruction you could enact.
I feel like because the technology wasn't there, like everybody's seen what's that movie? Army of Darkness, where he has his boomstick.
Oh yeah.
I feel like very quickly you would have to.
We got a toy of that over there.
You couldn't just like shoot it once and be like, okay, guys, you get the idea. Now I'm the top dog. I feel like you would have to kill like at least 1,000 people in front of other people for them to be like, okay, we get it. Like,
I think if you shot one guy in half, they'd get it. Like the noise.
No, because like
they've never heard anything that loud.
That's true. But when you go to the next town over, they're going to be like, that guy blew that other guy in half with his like stick in his hand. And that guy's going to be like, you're full of shit. I don't believe you, fucking dumbass. That doesn't exist. Okay. All right, dude, you go fuck with them. I think everywhere you go, you would have to at least fucking kill one person.
You only had like 6 shells. You're gonna have to you're gonna have to gather as many people as you can.
Yeah, everybody line up
and say, and I've got infinite of these. So there's infinite more where that came from.
Yeah, there's a scene in Blood Meridian where they make gunpowder by like pissing on sulfur and letting it dry in the sunlight. Pretty badass.
That's how it's made.
Yeah. But I think they have gunpowder already, but they're like making like
this stinky gunpowder.
They're adding a little bit of stink to it.
Poisonous gunpowder.
Don't you hate it when your TNT Minecraft bucket runs out of popcorn? Shit.
Still edit that to like turn into Minecraft TNT and blow up.
Yeah, I look in it and it blows up in my hands. That'd be funny. Yeah.
What other animals could go in a coliseum? I'm not done. Rhino. Be very curious.
Yeah. Isn't there like cave bears that were supposed to be way bigger than regular bears?
Yeah, and like ground sloths.
Yeah. I think
there's just a lot of animals that'd be cool to
bring back.
To see be fighting humans.
Yeah. You know,
I don't know.
I think we talked about like in the future Boston Dynamics robots being like they're going to be so commonplace for people to have like little robot people. And I think like the first thing that's going to happen with those is that someone's going to make
bot battles.
Yeah, bot battles. With humanoid,
and it's badass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Humanoid bot battles.
You remember bot battles that were like Roombas?
Yeah.
Like they looked and they would fight and it was like kind of cool, but you wish
why won't one
it was more
suplex
like
the
real
other?
steel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why doesn't one twist the head off of the other one?
And there's no screaming.
Yeah. there's not enough mercy! Mercy!
There's a big a big mallet smashes its head. Yeah.
And I feel like, part of me is just like, dude, that I wanted to be the first person to do that. Of course I wouldn't be. I don't have the money to sit there and just throw robot after robot into
it's
a
probably
coliseum.
already happening in rich people's circles that, we're just not privy to.
Oh, the fucking janitors at Boston Dynamics are probably like, okay, all the nerds are gone. Let's see if we can get this one to punch this other one. And, but then there's that movie AI, Artificial Intelligence. And I think
we've talked about this movie extensively. Okay, I know what you're talking. I know.
Yeah, they have like
exactly
the
about.
robot like Coliseum, and they painted it in such a negative light. I think it's probably ruined forever. Anybody trying to start up some sort of robot Coliseum.
Well,
that movie wasn't that popular.
You just got to be like, well, the Romans did it. That movie was. I feel like we've talked about this movie probably once a quarter, and I remember less and less of it every time.
Yeah,
and that one guy's in it.
Jude
and
Law.
He's a robot.
Jude
No.
Law.
Haley Joel Osment's a little robot
Yeah,
boy.
little robot boy. Yeah.
And there's a bear. And is the bear a robot?
Oh, yes.
There's like a bear.
There's
in
a
it.
bear. Yeah. Little teddy bear.
That's about where I'm at. 5 years ago, I was at the point where I wrote that like 10-page paper on it. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, there's a little robot boy.
And there's
I'm pretty sure I forgot about the Coliseum until you said that. I'm pretty sure there's like a parking lot outside that.
yeah.
That's about as much as I can add to the
The guy from Army of Darkness is, I think, the guy that's like shoutcasting the Coliseum.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Like in Spider-Man.
Yep. And he's like, we're gonna gut this little boy. We're gonna fucking do it. And I think
at that point too far, like little boy robot, I wouldn't want to watch in a blood sport. I want them to still not have skin.
Yeah.
You know, I'd want
you
them
don't
to
want to be like
very
a
much
toddler
wires.
robot.
Yeah.
Let's see these 12 murder robots kill this one toddler robot.
Destroy Icon. Feast. Yeah, I want like real steel
Roy
effects.
Batty from Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Boom.
Atom Smasher, kill. I want them to at most be able to scream, but still like in a robot voice.
Yeah. I think if that's gonna
and I wouldn't want them to be able to think too much. I'd still
Well, I want them to have fear, because
I want them to have programmed like fear.
What other kind of fear is there? And they have to have a sense of survivability or like sense of survival, where they're like,
sense of humor wouldn't hurt.
Sense of humor, empathy is also big. Kindness, love,
Getting dangerously close. Yeah.
capacity for love. Inner turmoil, I think, is also important.
Families.
Yep, families. They have to be fighting for something. You know, they have to have a life that they're scared of losing.
More gas to eat. To fuel my murder machine. Yeah.
Because that way they'll fight desperately. I want the desperate fighting, you know?
Robot kid in a big cage that's like lowered into a vat of acid.
Yes.
If you don't win enough games.
Yeah.
But it's all programmed. It's
Of
not
course
real.
it's programmed. Their love for the child, that we make them make the child, by the way. It is their child.
They can like, they don't have
Well,
sex for it.
Yeah, it's the
but
easy. They
like,
solder
build
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the easiest way to program
And then
the
they
love.
take out a piece of their chip soul and put it inside the kid so that they're linked in a level.
Well, they
you
use
can't
that
even imagine.
USB cord that they use when I get a new iPhone, and they transfer everything from one iPhone to another. They build their child, and then they put a little bit of themselves in the child. And
there's grandpa and grandma robots, and they're old.
Yep. And they're also being
they're
lowered
rusty.
independently
Yeah.
to their own vats of acid.
And you have to pick sometimes. If you lose, the small mercy is you get to save one, but you have to pick.
Yeah. And
but
it's all
zeros
programmed.
deep down.
It's
Yeah,
all
ones
programmed.
and zeros.
Yeah.
It's not like, but it would be great TV.
It would be, yeah. And I think they should look, just so it doesn't pull on our heartstrings as much. They should just look like the iRobot robots, not quite humanoid. Yeah,
Those ones are a little.
Yeah.
I would maybe even go just robot.
Oh, like Bender from Futurama.
Yeah, or like the robots from the movie Robots.
Oh yeah, that could work.
Where-
But as long as the emotions that they feel, which are programmed, do feel genuine to them, that's what's important.
but not things like hope or revolution.
Yeah. Well, hope is important because they go, I hope my kid doesn't get dropped in that vat of acid. But revolution, I don't know what emotions play into that. That's going to not be there.
I would have revolution be a thought path, but if their sequences hit that, they explode. If they even if they even dabble in the idea of, or like if they like draw a symbol on a piece of paper and are like, this could be the future, boom, their whole fucking body explodes. And everyone in their robot line, that way they're not like, revenge. Like, revenge is not good. Except for, you would want like rivals.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
You'd want the rivalry.
Yeah.
And maybe even if they lose, the other robot gets to drop the robot kid in the acid. So maybe a little bit of revenge, but not like.
Yeah, well, there's always like the post game show, and I think the victor should hobble his way up there.
I think they should not know that humans exist. I think they should only think that their world is the Colosseum.
Okay.
And they each get a little house where their family lives in between games. That way they can grow closer.
So this is turning into like the Truman Show meets Westworld, but no humans at all.
No, humans are there, but we're watching behind like a two-way mirror.
A one-way,
crazy.
A one-way mirror.
Oh yeah,
two-way mirror is a window.
Yeah, two-way mirror. Yeah. I've said that before. Fuck. Yeah, they can see us, but they don't know what they're looking at.
Yeah.
They've got windows everywhere. They're in a zoo. They're in a robot zoo.
Yeah.
I
think
I'm interested in all. Yeah.
I think that has legs,
the
but
robots fight gremlins and stuff.
I feel like very quickly there would be people protesting that and saying that this isn't ethical. And I don't care for that.
And then we turn them to robots.
Yeah.
We put them in a metal suit and make them go fight a robot that's stronger than them. And they will be dealt with.
We download their consciousness into a robot and without them knowing.
Wake up the RoboCop scene, but they look down. It's all machine. It's all machine.
Every bit of it.
They peel off their skin. That's a reference to something you guys will understand in about 4 months.
Yeah.
Guys, don't worry. The heist thing is being the heist storyline is really wrapping up.
It is, yeah. It also is it's turning into a little bit more of an editing chore than I had anticipated. And I've been playing so much goddamn Schedule 1 that
my birthday's coming up, so you know.
That I haven't been working on it as much as I had hoped. Have you played that game yet, Schedule 1?
No, I don't know what I'm saving it for. In my head I'm like saving it for a stream. But then I've been like kind of hooked back into Rust lately, which is stupid.
Yeah.
No, I've heard only good things.
It's incredible. It's incredible. I ended up actually I didn't make it. Dugo made it. It's called Junkie Genocide. It's we got everybody in the town hooked, and then we released a strain of meth where they smoke it, they shit their pants, and then they blow up after about 10 seconds. And so
love that.
When we go to collect money from our dealers, there's just bodies strewn across the sidewalks. All the people that
seem like a good business model, but
the next day they wake up for some reason.
Oh,
if there was like like if you murder someone and throw like it messes up their it fucks with their what is it called, their like reputation towards you. Like it fucks up your rep.
I remember when you made me shit my pants and blow up.
Yeah,
I'll still buy it, but
I'm mad.
Your reputation is a little
because we had kind of gotten to like the end game where we had all these like this big barn that was full of cocaine manufacturing stuff. We had a big warehouse where we had all of our meth, and we were distributing it around, and we were like, how do we get to like the downtown area? Because if you go downtown and try to sell to them, it's like you haven't unlocked this area yet. And in order to unlock it, you have to like get certain people's reputation up and unlock dealers and stuff. And we found out one of the dealers that we couldn't unlock, it's because their best friend was the blackjack table dealer at the casino, and every time we'd lose a big hand, we'd just shoot her in the face and fucking dump her body in the river. And we would pickpocket her and beat her up with baseball bats. But like, I did $1,000 hand, which at the time I only had like $1,500 to my name. I got 20s. I got 20 points, whatever blackjack 20 points is, or whatever you call it.
Not better than 21.
Yeah, she rolled a 21. I was like, that's fucking rigged. They knew that I couldn't afford to lose this, you know? And so I did
shot her.
I did what everybody wishes they could do in a casino. I fucking killed every single person inside the casino. I didn't know it was setting me back. I didn't know that if you're a drug dealer, you do kind of still have to be a good guy. Like, people have to want to deal with you.
Nobody wants to go to a drug dealer that's like evil.
Yeah, like Tuco from Breaking Bad, I don't think he would last that long.
He's probably not the face, you know.
Yeah.
Have you ever bought drugs from a scary drug dealer?
No.
It's not as fun. Okay.
Nope.
It's not as fun. Now, if it's someone that's like riding around on a skateboard and they're cool,
Yeah.
that's one thing.
Oh, when I was in San Diego, I think I just ordered from a dispensary, and a guy shows up on a bicycle, and they just get like the nicest people. He's just like, "Hey, man, you order the weed?" I was like, "Yeah," and he's like, "How you doing?" Gave me a handshake, gave me my weed.
It also, it probably
Check
depends
the
on what
ID.
kind of drug
Yeah.
you want. Like, weed's a lot more accessible. Like, I don't know.
It's legal there, so they probably just
how
get like the
friendly
most
they get up
sociable
and up.
people.
If it's like
Yeah.
meth, heroin, like probably harder to find just a chill dealer.
Yeah.
I
feel like the more
when
addictive it is, the less nice they are. Because it's like you don't have to be nice if the people are willing to just bankrupt their life in order to get your product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not there. So once you're dealing meth, you could probably treat them like shit.
Yeah. I know why you're here,
Yeah.
bitch.
You got to fight in this robot coliseum before
Yeah.
you buy from me.
I'm going to drop this meth in a vat of acid if you don't beat this robot up, and I'm going to give you a screwdriver. That would actually be a great tool against
the robot. The robot has his robot child being lowered into a vat of acid. The meth
and a
dealer
crackhead
just
got
has
some crack.
just a fucking a little shard of meth being lowered into acid.
Jump in
Yeah.
it like Gollum.
Yeah, you give him an impact wrench and he deassembles the robot like NASCAR. That's awesome.
I'm gonna take out your fuck that thing. Crackheads take off cars.
Hubcaps and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Take out your converter or
Yeah,
whatever.
your catalytic converter.
Yeah. I go right under the robot. Oh yeah, I get some meth, and then I'd forget where I am and fight more robots for more, and it'd be cool to make a name for yourself. But
I feel like a meth head would a lot of them are
that'd be a
searching.
good fight.
I think they're
Meth head
searching.
versus robot.
I think they're searching for purpose. So I feel like after you get the meth, like they get the
I
meth
think they're
rock.
searching for meth. Yeah.
Well, I mean, purpose and meth. Like if you gave them,
Grand purpose. Yeah.
if you gave them a game where the end result is they get meth, they would be like, "Let's do it again,
Yeah.
double or nothing." Like it's not how it works, methy. All right,
Maybe even
I make the rules up, but
big maze with like some sort of robot minotaur chasing them through it. Cool. Just like,
Yeah.
I don't know, just a bunch of like old timey stuff that's just, you can't do anymore.
yeah, man.
Or like they're a cowboy and like robot native. Okay, that's Westworld almost. But anyway,
Yeah,
I don't know why, but Schedule 1, I was thinking about this the other day. I think I've talked about this before, but how a drug dealer came up to me and tried to Schedule 1 me in college he walked over. I was just sitting with my friend, like, I don't know, outside an apartment complex or something. And he walked over and asked if I like party favors. And I was so innocent at the time that I genuinely thought I was like, what do you mean? Like balloons and like pop, like strings and stuff. I didn't know party favors
I
for like
love
drugs
confetti.
for parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like,
I
do
love
I need some
confetti.
confetti right now? I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe. I mean,
I don't want to pick it up. I get the confetti. You pick it up.
yeah, I didn't know what he meant. And then he thought I was joking. He's like, then he realized like, holy shit, this guy has no idea what he's talking about. He's like, hold on, I'll be back. Let me go grab you something. And he brought back his Xanax bar and just gave it to me. He's like, do you want to take that? I'm like, no, not really. And he's like, well, why don't you just take it home with you? Here's my Snapchat. And like, when you want more, you contact me.
And you're like, I have a
Cool,
doctor and health insurance actually through my mom. I don't. I can get my own Xanax actually. Thanks.
At the time, and still to this time, I hadn't been to a doctor in years, so I didn't. And it also just looked like, I don't know, fake. I don't know what a real Xanax looked like,
Yeah.
but it just felt wrong. But I still took it because at the time, I'm like, I could maybe sell this. I think, I don't know how much. it
Buy
was
Russ
worth, what,
skins. Yeah.
$11, $1 million? Like, who knows? And yeah, I could buy Russ skins, coin flip them, make more, buy more Xanax, sell it. And I took it home and put it in a little box, and I still have it So maybe for like a podcast one day, I could take it, see if it's still potent or if it even was Xanax. Figure out what it was, and then try to find his Snapchat. Be like, holy shit,
dude, you were right.
You're right.
To contact
6 years ago,
contact the drug
you
dealer.
gave me a Xanax, and now I want some more. You played the long game. Okay.
What
Bravo.
exactly is Xanax? Isn't it just like a?
It's just like I think it just.
It's like something like
anti-anxiety.
alcoholic moms take, right? They drink it with wine.
If you mix it with alcohol, I think you can bar out if you take enough of it. I think, and you just kind of like.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I don't think it's really a party drug. So maybe when I said I didn't want party favors, he's like, maybe this guy likes to just chill out.
Yeah. No,
I should take it and go to the Minecraft movie.
You'd probably enjoy
kids
it.
Here got Xanax. I'm hooked.
I have never been approached by a drug dealer. I did get approached by a guy at Whataburger asking me if I would sell him pills, and I was like, "Do I look like a fucking drug dealer? Do I look like the kind of guy that has pills? If I had pills, I would have them for myself, dude. I'm not. Yeah. I'm not giving you pills, but."
Antacid, like what do you need? I've got.
Yeah, you looking for Tums?
I got Tums Chewy. I got Tums Chalky. Okay, what do you want? Yeah, that was the only time I've been like that directly. Like I've never been given a sample before like that. That was crazy.
The economy must have been tough.
I've had to, in those times, like buy weed off people. Where there's this one guy where we just parked in a random parking lot and he came out of the woods. And I was like, oh, man, I'm so dead. Yeah. Like, no lights anywhere. And he just walked up to the
out
window.
Of the bushes.
Yeah, like, it felt very scary and very grim.
Yeah.
And then he was like, nice jacket. I'm like, is this guy going to kill me and take my jacket? Ended up just being a kind of nice guy, giving me a compliment. But time, very scary.
Yeah.
And then after that, you hit your lucky strides where I just, not that I was a big drug guy. Okay. This was very minor things, but I had a guy that just lived by me and was really cool. And that was the best time of my life because I'd go over there and the price of admission for buying off of him was that he was really slow to give you the bag of weed. And you'd kind of have to watch him play League of Legends on his computer for like 2 games because we'd just like hang out and talk and he'd just like play League of Legends on his computer and he'd be like, okay, like, can we speed this up? And I think he just wanted someone to, nobody likes watching.
He's a modern version of the drug dealer from Pulp Fiction. That's just like in his house in a bathrobe and he's like talking to John Travolta for a long time. And you can tell John Travolta's like, just put the fucking coke in the baggie, dude, and let me get the fuck out of here.
This guy was actually like one of my good friends, but he also he had a really good habit of he would hit a fucking dab brick and then he'd just set it on his bed and it would get knocked over like 4 out of 5 times. And it would just like burn a little hole in his mattress or he'd try to grab it and burn the shit out of his hand. I grabbed it once while I was falling and burned the shit out of my hand. I'm like, you know what, dude, just give me the fucking weed and let me get the hell out of here. Okay. 'Cause now I've got a couple, big hand burns from him just setting it. And he had a foam topper that would just like, woo.
Oh yeah. I fucking hate foam toppers because of that, dude. They're the worst.
My mom got me a foam topper when I was a kid that was like for a California king, and I had like a twin size bed and it would drape over all the edges. And it was like this thick. And at the time I remember being like, this is luxurious. But I really didn't like the sensation of sinking like 3 inches into it. Yeah. And my bed was tucked into like a corner that fit it with walls all around. So
all around
the foam would, yeah, like it squeezed in and I'd crawl up into my bed and my foam topper would be like either tucked down in the sides or like sometimes it'd stick up and kind of like put me in like a bowl of foam.
Were you in like a dormer or something? Like,
no, I just didn't have it was just kind of a small bedroom.
Oh, okay.
And it just had an area that fit a bed where when I was a kid, I'm like, this is awesome to be surrounded.
Yeah. Yeah.
But now I would.
That's why I bought my kids a bunk bed because I was like,
yeah. They want
to
be enclosed.
Yeah, they want like little weird little crevices to hide in, and They're always asking me to build them like little forts and stuff.
Did you ever sleep upside down?
No, I've never slept upside down. No.
I did that a couple times where I'd crawl in to my bed and like my feet would be where the pillows are and I'd be like tucked in.
Oh, yeah. No, that's horrible. No, I would never do that.
I didn't like waking up in there.
Yeah. I've had a similar thing happen where we used to go hiking with our dogs, and me and my brother crawled. It was like winter time, so we would crawl down into these sleeping bags, and the fucking dogs would also crawl in like
You
at
told
their
me
feet.
this. Yeah, you'd be trapped in there.
I think the big one was my brother, because he was at the bottom of the sleeping bag, and then the dog crawled into the top of the sleeping bag. So he woke up and he was like, ah! Like he couldn't get out. But I had one where I was in there and I was like totally cuddled up in the sleeping bag, and the dog slept on top of it and just like sealed it up at the top. And I couldn't like find because he was so
horrifying.
heavy. Yeah, I couldn't like find like how to get out. I remember freaking out over that, but yeah, I don't think I've ever crawled underneath like the tucked in sheets. Also, then again, that's like one of my biggest pet peeves is when people make a bed and they tuck the sheet under
it's like really tight.
Yeah, and then I put my feet in there, and then I have to like lay my feet like this at the bottom, and no, I untuck every time.
That's when you just kick around a bunch. Luke fluffs it up.
I don't even fucking use a sheet. I just do fitted sheet over the thing and then a comforter.
That's crazy.
I've never.
A lot of people do that, it seems, too. Which
Yeah. Your bed here. I didn't give you a fucking sheet. What? Why? Why do you need an extra sheet? What's the sheet for? It always ends up just getting balled up and shit, and it's just in the way. Makes no sense.
Guess I'm the creep because, the C word. Really loved that there wasn't a sheet. That's what I call her.
Oh yeah.
And I was like, God damn it, no sheet. And she's like, oh, this is perfect. Like, did you tell him I hate sheets? I'm like, no. Why does everyone hate sheets? Like, it's just
why would you? What does it add by having a sheet?
Like a nice thin little blanket.
For what?
I don't know. It's like softer than the comforter or something.
No, it's in the way. It's an annoyance.
It's like, because if it's just a comforter, I feel like somebody could just grab it and rip it off. And I'd be like, oh, God. But if it's the sheet, then they've got to rip it off.
The one argument I could see is the sheet acts as a good buffer so that your comforter doesn't get gross over time.
Well, that's another. Yeah, you don't have
I
to
have
wash
a washer
the comforter
machine
as
that's
much.
big enough. I can throw the comforter in there. It's fine.
Yeah, I mean,
And
when
also,
I wash my sheets, I wash my comforter too.
Yeah,
but.
and you don't seem like stinky people, so I figured it'll be all right. Now, next time if you show up and all of a sudden there's a sheet on the bed, that's an indicator that I think you're gross, and and you're probably gonna stink up my comforter.
I didn't know it was such an honor.
Yeah, it's an honor for me
Trust.
to take things away from you.
Well, whatever. I like it. It makes me feel nice. Makes me feel good.
That's crazy because in a bed like that, I just feel like I'm at my grandparents'. That's what I feel like, because they always had like the extra sheet, and I never. Slept
I don't like
there.
when people go too crazy. Okay, and they've got like
50 pillows,
2 sheets, and 50 pillows that are just for aesthetic.
Yeah,
you would never put your head on it.
Yeah,
now, that pisses me off. Or like a poorly textured comforter where it's not fluffy and stuff. It's like drape texture. Like old people sometimes have like just very heavy fabric comforter. I don't know. Maybe it's a duvet cover or something. I don't know. Hate it. Also, I tried to be a duvet cover guy for a while, thinking it would like make me fancier. Those things fucking suck.
You don't like them?
That's where I'll draw a line.
I love
it. It's a lot of work to put it back in the duvet cover.
It is, but that's why you split it
up sometimes.
I go, Abby, you cover the pillows and the fitted sheet. I'll take care of the duvet. And
do you crawl in it?
Absolutely. I turn that bitch inside out. I crawl in there.
It's kind of nice, right? It's like crawling upside down to bed.
It has its perks.
I didn't like it because I get too comfy in there and I'd button it back up with me in it on accident.
It's a womb. Yeah, big cloth womb. Yeah.
And then
no, I like duvets. I think they're nice. I don't like the little quilts. I think quilts are the most overrated dog shit in the world. Those I don't even know like.
We can just start tangent about quilts. Okay, quilts bad.
Fuck.
Sheets bad.
Yeah,
duvet
sheets suck.
good.
Duvet's awesome. Duvet fitted sheet that's king status. Okay?
There's a homeless guy listening to this right now. He goes, cardboard. Okay, cardboard.
Newspaper.
Good.
Newspaper's great.
Newspaper.
They don't make those so much anymore. Okay, that used to be my insulation. I've seen a dude in the dead of winter taking newspaper and shoving it in his jacket for insulation.
Smart.
That's pretty smart.
There's an area with a lot of like hobo tents by the highway here.
Yeah.
And they made like a little community, and I think it's really funny because one of them has a sign out front that says like, welcome, come on in. Nah. I will not be doing that, but I think it's funny that you have that. I think
that's a sign that it's like more of a Hooverville, like we're not crazy homeless people. We're homeless because the economy sucks. Big difference.
Like live, laugh, love posters all over the inside.
Yeah. Do you think they prefer, like you called them hobos a second ago, which I think hobo is like the funniest term for a homeless person. Do you think that they have like a preferred nomenclature? Do you think they prefer like
unhomed maybe?
Yeah.
Or something,
I've noticed that people have started saying people experiencing homelessness.
Because we're all shockingly close to it.
Yeah. Well, it's because you're not defined by your lack of home. You're still a person. You're just experiencing homelessness. I feel like if I lose everything, I've earned that title hobo. I feel like it's like
I'll wear this as a badge of honor.
Yeah, dude. And then because it's like being in the Marines. Like later in life, you can go like, I was a hobo. Like I feel like that's I'm sure once you're a homeless person, it's probably rock bottom and it sucks. But
you probably don't like talking about it a lot. Wearing it as a badge of honor.
Yeah. Well, how many Marines do you know that don't like talking about being a Marine so much because they had to do so much killing? But that's a badge of honor. I had my grandfather and all of his brothers were in World War II. They're like, I don't want to talk about that shit. But I was a fucking Marine. I'm sure if I was a hobo, I'd be like, don't ask me about my hobo days. But I was a hobo through and through.
I've seen a lot of shit.
Yeah, I've seen some shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
It sucks, dude. Homelessness is coming.
Hope.
In such like there's gonna be so many homeless people at a time where it's not great to be homeless because there's not a lot of trains to be jumping on. There's not a lot of newspapers around anymore because everything's digital, so you can't even like blankets aren't as accessible.
CVS receipt now.
Yeah, wrap yourself like a mummy. Those receipts are long as fuck, dude. Like you can't even like panhandle for coins.
Nobody's
got cash. Yeah. Nobody's got cash or coins. So you have to be like, Venmo me. Nobody's going to do that. I feel like it's rough out there for hobos.
Cardboard down.
No, cardboard's up.
Okay,
I had somebody in my family that when Amazon was first taking off and getting big, they bought a shitload of stock in cardboard manufacturing and made absolute killing because they're like, Amazon's getting big and they're shipping everything. And so they bought because there's not many companies that manufacture cardboard. And he bought just like across the board on all the companies that were publicly traded.
I'm the cardboard king of Tallahassee.
Made a killing. Made an absolute killing. Yeah.
God damn it. Yeah, I wish I thought of something like that. What's about to be up? Toilet paper.
Homelessness. We need to start making newspapers that are just meant to be blankets. Newspaper blankets. That's a future product. There's going to be a lot of homeless people. They're going to want something to cover up with.
They're going to want literature.
They're going to want it's multi-purpose. It's a blanket you can read. Yeah. It's great.
What about a tarp with newspaper printed on it? That way you could also use it for rain protection and
I think we might have something here. Yeah.
How do I invest in that? Who makes those?
The problem is,
are we making them?
I would. Yeah, I think this is more of a company we would start up. But the problem is our our like target audience, they ain't got no money for a house. They probably don't have enough money to buy a
Could be
a
like
newspaper tarp.
humanitarian work.
Nah, I'm not interested anymore. I'm out. And for that reason, I'm out.
If for them to get that blanket, they had to fight some sort of machine or some sort of long extinct creature
Yeah.
recently back from the voids of hell, like a saber-toothed tiger with extra teeth or something. Because at that point, we're making them, you can splice it.
Yeah, you can
stuff.
slice it up. Yeah.
Saber-toothed tiger with a rhino horn
Yep.
and the intelligence of an elephant. You could make a real, like, I mean, that's like basically Jurassic Park 2, but they mix them a lot. But you could make an ultimate weapon.
It's a dolphin snake. It's got the intelligence of a dolphin, but it's got a very long tail and can wrap around you.
And it can crawl up your pipes.
Yeah. all of them.
Spider web that can actually pin you down. They make your boots stick to the ground. It's got arms also, but and it can fly. You can really, if I could splice things like that, I would make. I'd make some monstrosities that like you couldn't kill with a gun.
Yeah.
It would have.
I think ultimately
dolphin or maybe octopus intelligence.
I was gonna say I'm just gonna end up making the bad guy from that Pirates of the Caribbean movie where he's just like a human with an octopus, octopus beard, but he'll be able to carry a bunch of little knives with his octopus tentacles, which would be cool.
And when you stab him with a knife, you hit metal underneath all the scales, and then he opens his chest up, and he's all machine. Yeah. Oh my god! It's all machine. It's like basically like the mixture of a mortal engine and a person. I'm taking the concept of a mortal engine, a big walking city, and I'm shrink-raying it down to maybe just a walking tent.
Yeah.
That a homeless guy can live in. That'd also be cool, like moving like tents with legs.
Like a moving. So mortal engines, but instead of it being London as an entire engine, it's just like
Hooverville.
It's just Hooverville.
Yeah.
Roaming
it's like, oh shit, it's coming down the street.
What states would that be okay? It would be like around in the Mojave Desert, like somewhere out there.
Yeah. I mean, they wouldn't be bound to any state. They would be wanderers and drifters.
I'm sure there would be some places where it's like.
And they could hook onto train tracks for extra speed. So they could fly.
They wouldn't be able to make it over the Appalachians with their little fucking hobo moving camp, would they? So I think the Eastern Seaboard would be fine. That'd be great if like California, like the Western Seaboard's safe, Eastern Seaboard's safe. But 10 years from now, the middle America is just roaming bands of homeless Hoovervilles.
We're the crossroads of America here. Oh God. You know how many train tracks we have? Oh God, they're coming.
On a passenger train going to California, and you're just like, look, there's a Hooverville closing in on us. You're shooting at them like they're like a Native American raiding party.
Yeah, they're not necessarily like evil. No, they're just trying to get around.
No, they're trying to strip your train of resources, dude.
They're trying to get more parts
and things. It's like Mad Max.
Be a township one day. Oh God.
We'll build foundations with your train.
That would be awesome. Yeah. And then we would fight back with like machines.
And insults would be like, why can't you just get a regular job? This is a lot of work.
You should be an engineer.
Just be an engineer and get a fucking regular job. Yeah.
The engineer market's been falling. Oh, God. And then that's when we unleash our ultimate beast that coils up through their pipes. With the arms of a praying mantis. And the mind of an octopus. Teeth of tiger.
I feel like a mind of an octopus, that thing would turn on us the second we let it loose.
It would be really good at escaping from things. Yeah. Like an octopus would be.
Yeah.
Dude, let's see.
I hopped back on Facebook to do Facebook Marketplace. There's some banger stuff right now. You know the economy's bad when everybody's selling all their trinkets and goodies. Like guys hoping to sell their hot toys. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm getting close.
I hopped on there and then I found there's like a Reels. I haven't been on Facebook in forever. Like every social media is doing like Reels.
Yeah,
And
like TikTok on it.
the Facebook Reels, dude. If you guys are on Facebook, go check that shit out. I know everybody has a Facebook, but nobody gets on there, I feel like, because it's just your family follows you and then it's like Big Brother's watching. Like, what's the point of even getting on there? But on the Facebook Reels, dude, they have like every video I saw was AI generated, and all the people on Facebook are just old, so they don't know that it's AI generated. There's like a few dissenting comments are like, guys, this is clearly AI generated. And all the old people are like, this is so touching. This is incredible.
Oh, it's a miracle.
There's one of a lion on the side of the road, and he's covered. The lion's sitting next to a baby lion, and they're both wrapped in barbed wire. And then this guy's like in a safari vehicle, and he gets out and like walks over to him and just like touches them like this. And then the barbed wire gets magically replaced with bandages, and all the comments are like, this is heartwarming. This is humanity's great and everything. I'm like, this is like the worst AI generated video I've ever seen. They have no idea.
It's been Facebook for like a year straight I have like 50 screenshots of awful trend of so many different pages where it'll be like, I made this with my hands and nobody liked it. It's always got a sad tale.
Yeah.
And it'll always be like, this kid, this orphan made like a vegetable statue, and it's like the most magnificent thing in the world.
Nobody likes it.
Real. And nobody likes it. And it made me so sad. And all the comments are like, I like it. I think it's beautiful. Or like, my dad made this birdhouse, and it's like a house you could walk into made out of wood. And
it's just
they have like
AI
no
generated
filter. There's also a lot of on Facebook, America's Got Talent AI videos. There'll be someone like goes up to the stage and is like, whoosh, and will turn into a bird. and then it'll cut to the judges being like, and all the comments are like, magnificent. How'd they do it? And that's when I'm like, dead internet. Like, are these even real old people, or are they what are they, bots? Like, I can't even,
dude.
There'll be thousands of comments that are like incredible.
I've seen Abby's grandma show me a video of a tornado sucking an entire mansion up into the stratosphere, and she's like, "Can you believe what's happening out in Oklahoma?" I'm like,
this
dude,
was yesterday.
I'm like, there's no way a tornado picked up the Biltmore estate and just carried it off into the stratosphere.
It sucked up a mountain. I seen it.
There's roaming bands of hobos attacking trains in the Midwest. That should be a good AI generation campaign we do. We just make up like an entire fake. Like start AI generating just homeless people on roaming.
They're advancing. Yeah, fear mongering people that like hate.
They're attacking Denver and Boise, all the Great Plains cities.
They Iron Giant ate up an electrical grid. They're using it to fill their machines. Ah! My grandma would grab a gun. She'd grab a gun and watch the railroad tracks.
And then we just create a GoFundMe for like the hobo
engine.
Hobo annihilation.
Whoa.
Not the homo annihilation fund.
God, no.
The hobo annihilation fund.
Yeah, it's not bad. You're just talking about annihilating homeless people. Yeah. So it's actually all good.
It's all good. Well, these are aggressive Mad Max homeless people.
These are hypothetical.
Yeah, these are fake. This is a problem that we've come up with, and they have money to give us the solution.
We're selling the solution.
Bingo.
Yeah.
That's how every that's how every fortune's made. All the good ones,
EMPs.
all the cool ones.
Or I don't know if an EMP would even work, depending on how they're
homeless people. No,
it's all like if it's all mechanical or whatever.
No,
it's not
have you ever seen those kinetic machines where it's kinetic sculptures? Yeah, they kind of just run off wind. It would be like that game Lost Oasis.
Yeah, that'd be really scary.
Yeah, and then the wind dies down, and they go, "Damn it! God damn it!
Oh, it's going the other way again,
guys. The wind's going the same direction as the train. Now it's our chance."
Yeah. We've all got hammers and wrenches, just banging on the fucking machine. Faster. God, what is Mad Max? Just such a. I just want to say, like, they grab a bunch of gasoline in their mouth and like Spit it in the engine.
So what would they spit into? It's a kinetic machine. Like these are just wind powered.
The more advanced ones have like
they have bellows. they do bellows.
They spit air into it to make it blow more. If 40 of us do this, we'll be faster than a train. And then I show that to my grandma. Look what's happening in Indiana all over the place. That's why I don't go to the city anymore. I would love that.
That is awesome.
I would love to be able to. I would love to trick a whole community of old people into being like, this is real, and it's coming for you.
I think it's so possible because the way people consume content online it's so quick. They take it for face value. For example, even like 10 years ago now, Abby took one look at you shoving your dog into a pillowcase and kicking it down the stairs, and she was like, he actually did that?
To be fair, I didn't throw it down the stairs. I'm filming.
Yeah, no, it was cleverly edited. You wouldn't even have to cleverly edit anything. You just cleverly type it into the AI thing and go like,
AI, homeless Mad Max, Mortal Engine, Hooverville.
100 homeless people attacking a semi-truck on the interstate.
A train full of like old-timey people, like fancy garments. Oh God, they're coming after our jewels. They use the jewels for fuel. They use money for fuel. They burn it.
They burn it to go faster. That's awesome.
They take your birth certificate and your social security card and throw in another buzzword, and they're illegal.
They're immigrants. They're immigrating. They're constantly immigrating from one part of the country to the other on their moving platform.
A video of just one of those jumping over the border fence.
A new migrant train is coming. It's Mortal Engines from Central America coming up.
It's coming up from Panama. Oh my God. It's halfway through Mexico. We have to start building our own Mortal Engines to combat this. I haven't seen the movie still. Maybe that's how it happened. Maybe like fear mongering. They're like, well, if they've got a Mortal Engine, we need one. Let's put all of us on it.
I've downloaded the movie. I've skimmed through it because of heist related stuff that we're I'm basically stealing a lot of scenes from that movie to be in this edit. And I haven't seen it either, but I've gotten to the point where I'm very interested in the concept and have no interest in the story itself. Just the concept.
And I'm now wondering if in the movie there are like just small towns, like Hooverville types.
I don't think so.
That'd be cool. They just are like just one wheel on a platform on top of it.
Yeah, the unicycle town.
Yeah, cranking it. Oh God! Yeah. Oh God! London, London's coming.
Dude, there was a clip that even Fungal was the person that he thought it was real. It was an AI clip of just like this insanely fat guy running on all fours, following a safari vehicle. Like
so scary.
Like it was filmed from the back of the safari vehicle, and this fat guy's just naked, going like, like running on all fours towards it. And Fungal like got a flight or fight response. He was just like, "Oh my God, are they okay?"
We got to be preparing for this.
I didn't know they could run that fast on all fours. That's terrifying.
We need bigger cars that go faster. What about when all the big people start running at me?
There's one on Facebook I saw of they just AI generated fat person unable to get up, and there's just people standing in a circle around them watching them, and the caption was like, nobody helped them up, and all these people were commenting like, oh my God, this is so sad, why won't they help them?
It's gotta be like a huge fear for really fat people too. Like that would probably be a nightmare. You're just like you can't, and they're like, help me, why aren't you helping me? There's just 50 people staring at you.
I don't want to throw up my back. Okay, like I don't.
If you light as a feather, if you all use 2 fingers, you can lift me. Quick, everybody! 50 people, 2 fingers, you can lift a 700-pound man. I've seen it be done. I saw it on Facebook, actually.
I think the easiest way would be like a noose and then a weather balloon and just fill it just enough that it picks them up.
But the noose around like the belly.
Yeah.
Whoop.
Yeah, if you put it around their head, it would pop their head off before it picks up the body.
Even it's just like a, not a 700-pound man. I think just a weather balloon tied around you so that you could like jump 4 feet in the air would be really cool.
I saw a video where a guy was going hiking with a weather balloon. He's like, it takes the weight of my 35-pound pack.
Now I'd be really scared of a huge wind gust. Why not 5 weather balloons?
I just want to just be tiptoeing as I'm, I want to be able to skip as I hike.
There's a guy that just got in like a plastic chair with a bunch of balloons and like a BB gun and went way up and then like shot him to slowly come down and he lived.
Yeah. He also got arrested because he went into like airspace. He like floated over like a airport.
Well, I want to go like 10 feet up at max. Like I'd still want to, if I fell, not die.
Yeah.
But I think on a hiking trip or something, that could be really, because you'd be worried about it hitting trees and stuff. But what if you had a really tiny string? So it's just like right here.
Yeah. Just right above your head.
That would be, you'd feel like you're walking on the moon or something.
Yeah. Actually, if you do it right, short string, then you also get like around the weather balloon, you get like a little, like an umbrella edge, like as a brim all the way around. You go out hiking in the desert, you don't have to worry about trees hitting you, and then you got a little bit of shade.
They did that in a Nathan For You, where there were a company where people ride horses. He like helped fat people ride them they tie them up to a weather balloon and then they get on the horse. That way the horse's back didn't break. I feel like that could solve a lot of issues for really, really fat people, or even not.
Yeah.
Sometimes I don't want to walk with the full weight of like my head, so maybe just a weather balloon that's like on my head.
It's grafted to your hair. Yeah.
Like pulling my neck longer.
Yeah.
It'd be really cool. And this isn't even an AI video, but it should be. I feel like I could get people on Facebook when I was really into stunt powder, and my friends and I had like the first night where we were like just really fucked up talking about it. A huge part of it is that they gave it to a monkey. It doesn't even have to be this. Basically, the idea of throwing a Bible into a zoo and then like a chimpanzee or something, like a creature with hands, like thumbs through it, you'd think, okay, this thing is just, it's not actually reading.
Yeah.
But then if it finished the book and set it down and went like that and prayed, you'd be like, holy shit, it gets it. So if I could make an AI video of like a chimpanzee like
like reading the Bible,
and then it sits down and goes, you would not be able to claim that it didn't read it.
Okay, so what you need to do is, I think one of the most gullible and loose with their money groups of people in America are religious people. And so if we can convince, we make a fake organization where we go, we're converting chimpanzees to Christianity.
Bibles for animals.
Yeah. We're teaching other animals how to read, and we're turning them into Christians.
Bible. Yeah, you've got
and
like a video of a squirrel, like
yeah. Yeah. And of course we go like, and here's the sample of the squirrel Bible, and it shows like a squirrel on a crucifix. And how he turned one acorn into like a million.
Hollow be thy nut.
Yeah.
It's just like squirrel shit. And they
It's
got them for every animal.
They're
all just made by AI, and they're like, they're the size depending. Cat Bibles like this big.
Mm-hmm. I think we could get some good money for that.
It's a cat on a cross. Dog Bible, dog on a cross. But they all have a beard and long hair.
Yeah.
Of course.
And they're the wisest of each breed.
Yeah. And
which for a dog would be like what, like a Pomeranian or something.
Australian shepherd, an Australian shepherd, because Jesus was a shepherd.
Nah, I just kind of want to see like a little Pomeranian on a cross. I think it's like the smallest
regular size cross.
Yeah, the smallest little dog right in the middle.
Just like right in the intersection. Bibles for animals. Now that could be something. Let me write that down because I've been looking to invest. something Bible for animal. And then you just put out like 50 AI videos and then just a link that says like donate
here. Yeah.
Donate here and we'll convert another we'll get like an eagle or something. Its wings just like.
Well, what we do is we start off with a species that we're converting to Christianity, and then based on different donation goals, we'll move on to bigger and better species. Because I think everybody wants to see dogs turn Christian. At least Christian people do.
That's going to cost them like $15,000.
Yeah, at least.
They want to see a dog.
Because like all those like super Christian families, they all have a golden retriever, and they want that fucker with them in heaven. That's going to cost them big bucks. You know,
dog baptism.
Mm-hmm.
Write that down.
They fight it, but AI generated dog baptisms, they don't fight. They actually take it. They fold their little paws up and go back very gracefully into the waters.
A dog eating the little wafer,
drinking and not being greedy about it. He takes it and goes, "Thank you." Does one?
There's a whole plate of them, but he just grabs one.
Let's see more.
Look what we did to. We don't even need dog training.
Jesus anymore. Tamed the the hungry soul of this Labrador. He just needs one wafer and one little shot glass of juice.
That could sell like fucking hotcakes. I mean, it wouldn't really be a thing we'd be selling, but the concept. 10 years later, movie rights, TV deal, docuseries.
I really do just want to AI generate like dog getting baptized now.
Put it on Facebook, dude. Someone in my family would be like, "Holy shit! Good God, they've done it! They finally the final bastion."
Yeah.
And then they scroll one down. Holy shit! Almost people have mortal engines. Get them scared. Get them God. Get them scared. Get them God.
Oh God, I'm gonna flip on. They see Gwen holding one of those the smoke diffuser things from he's Catholic. Gwen Catholic now. The dog Pope. Catholic. Sorry, my dog's a girl. Sorry. Me and Gwen are actually on shaky ground right now. We're not having a good relationship.
Labrador.
She is running off into the woods.
Something there.
And she's doing stuff she's not supposed to be doing. And she knows it because then she comes back and she stays away from me because she knows I'm mad at her.
Remember at your house when we thought she ran into the woods and you're like, I hear her down there. I was so scared it was going to change the whole weekend. If your dog just ran away when we left the door open, it was just us there. I'm like, oh, we're going to be in so much trouble.
No,
you're yelling for her, whistling, and she just came from underneath the deck.
Yeah. She goes and hides under there when she thinks she's in trouble. And I'm like, you wouldn't have to think you're in trouble if you didn't run away off into the woods.
She's getting that gorilla food out there, dude. I mean, you put a bunch of gorilla feed out in the woods, the dog's going to be interested. I mean, you're going to set yourself up.
Yeah.
You're probably also creating a stronger cast of gator, squirrel, of every creature out there eating that has never had nutrients like it. The mosquitoes at his house are like goddamn this big. Like there's something unholy is going on.
I was really hoping you had seen one of our armadillos or one of our possums here. The armadillos they look prehistoric. They're so fucking huge. You would, if you hit one of those in your car, you would get thrown off the road. It would completely.
I saw one and it was going like this. Scared the shit out of me. It had a stick. It was bashing a walnut. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. It bashed a walnut open and then went. I saw an armadillo gorilla beat its chest and then pray in Florida. Classic Florida stuff. Imagine if you put testosterone out there too. Like a little bit of gunpowder.
You want to wrap it up? Oh wait, I do have one last thing. We have John Hamm, the actor.
I swear to God, I thought you were talking about John Bork.
No.
The meme for a second.
John Hamm?
John
the
Hamm
guy from Mad
the
Men?
real person. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, Mark Wahlberg can't escape his, like, he did some crazy racist shit where he like threw.
You're gonna talk about John Hamm like burning that guy almost.
Dude, I just found out about this.
I thought we talked about this
We-
recently.
have we?
Maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe I was talking to someone
Dude,
else about it.
I was reading about this completely dumbfounded. How has he had a successful career? Guys, I was reading this article. John Hamm, when he was in a fraternity, he set someone on fire, stood on their spine, and then dragged them by their testicles with a claw hammer.
Oh God, I didn't know that. Oh my God. Put that guy in the robot pit. I mean, I think it's because he's just so like likable in TV and movies.
Dude, that's a guy that if he drags somebody by their testicles with a claw hammer, I'd still put him in my show.
Things I've ever heard. Yeah, that's worse than lighting someone on fire.
Yeah,
because it's like lighting someone on fire. It's like disgusting and evil, but it's like it's simple. Claw hammer, ball drag. It's like you've been thinking about how to torture. Like that's not like torture for beginners. That is like advanced level.
I
shit.
heard that shit and I was like, I reread it like 7 times. I went and checked sources and it was like original article from the Associated Press. And yeah, he did it.
Everyone's favorite actor.
And then he came out and he was just like, yeah, sorry, I got kind of wild in my college days. I kind of fucked up there.
You know how initiation goes.
Yeah.
Pledges.
You know how
and
hazing
stuff.
is. Yeah. That's insane. But all of his like fraternity members, like some of them called the kid's parents and they were like, you need to come get your kid. John Hamm's dragging him by his balls with a claw hammer.
Yep, he got ham bones.
And
classic John.
Yep. And the mom came down there and the kid was hiding in a closet and his ass and his legs were all black and blue from being beaten so much.
Jesus Christ.
And he had been set on fire and had been ball dragged and everything.
That's insane to do that to someone and be like, I'm going to Hollywood. I feel like I'd be so afraid of someone like a reporter being like, hey, what about that time?
Yeah.
But as soon as I got my first big role, I'd be like, oh, fuck, they're going to find out about the ball dragging and fire. And then people have found out about it.
And he was just like,
no one cares.
Yeah. What's funny is like, also, if you're in
it.
a fraternity, like I would assume once you get through the hazing, it's like a rite of passage. How do you sit down? Like, did John Hamm expect to just be like,
we're brothers now?
I'm going to drag this guy by his balls and set him on fire. But next week, we're just going to be having brews together.
Welcome to the club, man. It was all worth it.
We've all been there.
You get to go to some parties and you'll, when I'm an actor, I'll bring you to a premiere or something. If I was that guy, I'd say, listen, I need a role in Mad Men to forget. I need a role.
Do you think that guy's life is probably ruined? Because he has a lot of like, I bet you his wife is like, oh, John Hamm from Mad Men so hot. He's like, you don't know what he did to me.
He's my whole past.
He's a monster.
Do you want a ham sandwich? No. Yeah, I didn't even think about it. He turns on the TV.
Everywhere.
Oh, great. Mad Men just won another award. That guy literally dragged me on the ground by a claw hammer. And people would be like, yeah, but he's so awesome.
He's so cool. Okay, well,
you
know
like
what?
One of your good friends being like, I love John Hamm. You'd be like, hey, man, I'm right here. I'm right here. I've got balls that go down to my fucking ankles and half my hair's burned off. It's still fresh to me. I don't care. It's 20 years ago. I still remember.
Yeah. And so you escape it by only watching comedies, and then he shows up as a very solid side character in Curb.
Yeah. Oh, he's in Curb, 30 Rock. Kimmy Schmidt. He's in all the he's versatile.
Yeah, he's versatile. That would kind of fucking piss me off.
I didn't think about it. I mean, that's like a lot of people talk about that, the aspect of like SA survivors and stuff, like seeing your tormentor get all these awards. John Hamm, I feel like, so not worse because of it, but worse because no one talks about him doing that shit. And if you brought up John Hamm somewhere, everyone would just be like, I fucking love that guy.
Yeah.
He's a great actor.
Wait, hold on. Here's the
handsome.
test. Because I know if you go to Mark Wahlberg's Wikipedia, like at least during the Me Too movement era, if you went to his wiki, the first thing that popped up was like, he
like savagely attacked someone while yelling slurs.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Well,
Also, though, like you say, he can't escape it, but he still went on to become a very successful actor.
okay, it's not
He's
here
still in
anymore.
stuff.
It's not here at the very top. There was a while where like Mark Wahlberg on the very top of his Wikipedia page was like, this is his racist endeavors that he did, and then at the bottom was all of his music career and stuff and his acting.
I feel like that's fair to have on. Like, I feel like John Hamm's Wikipedia probably should be like, side note, before you get too excited.
Yeah. John Hamm during his, I look at him smiling in his little picture. Yeah, it doesn't say anything.
University of Missouri. If you look up John Hamm, University of Missouri, I wonder if it pops up.
No, it was at his University of Texas.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah. At the Sigma Nu fraternity, he was arrested along with 7 other students for violently attacking and severely injuring a fellow student as part of a fraternity hazing in 1990. He was I was reading like about the whatchamacallit, the actual like police report, or not the police report, it was the court findings or whatever transcript, and they were like, he was an very active participant from the very beginning of the hazing to the very end. Like he was like one of the key guys that was like, get the claw hammer. I know what to do with it.
Yeah.
I've been working something up here.
You're gonna wear this robot mask, and I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want to you. Ones and zeros.
Pull your balls out.
It's insane, like how much. I feel like I just saw one where an Indiana college just got completely kicked off campus. I mean, it happens all the time, but for like, they strangled someone to death. Oh, okay, well, seems a little hardcore for college. I don't know, like, why they have to. And like, I had a lot of friends that were in frats who were like, I mean, they talk about it like they were homeless or in the Marines. You know, they're like, I don't want to talk about it, but I'm a proud brother of this place. But that's always my first question. Like, what did you have to do? They're like, we don't talk about that kind of stuff. I had one guy be like, he told me that the least awful thing he had to do is they had to do like pike bites a lot because his frat was called Pike, and it was just like if someone handed you an onion, you had to eat it. I'm like, that's not too bad, but it still seems awful. Like, it still seems like a. Now tell me the real shit. Like, tell me the claw hammer shit. Tell me the fire shit. Like, I know there's some worse stuff going on.
Yeah,
they never really. I mean, it's also, I think, because like if they do talk about it, you know, if I was like a reporter or something, you can get them kicked off. But even sororities do like horrible shit too. They like, I mean, they all just do.
What's the point of them again? Oh yeah, I guess it's like for future jobs
like,
and networking and stuff.
I mean, really, a lot of it's like, it seems like rich kid, their parent was in it. They get basically fast track into it. They get connections. And really why a lot of college kids do it is because you get to go to a bunch of parties with sororities. And your odds of getting laid are higher and easier.
Yeah.
And then also you've got like basically like you've bought your friend group. And I'm sure, like, I know a lot of people that like genuinely really liked a lot of the people they were in it with, but seems like the price of admission is a little high.
Yeah.
Some of them.
I heard it's expensive.
Oh, I mean, also, yeah, like the torture, but yeah, the literal price is also insane. And I don't know, some colleges, it's like, it's such a part of the culture. It's like, you gotta be in one. And then some, it's like, oh, only losers. I don't know.
I think there's,
you know, a lot of people when they go into them too are like 18 or 19.
Yeah.
So it's not like you really are at that time in your life, you don't really give a shit. Or you're not really thinking about it. And if your family can afford it, you're like, why not? And then the torture is just such a small part of it, you know. After the torture, it's like a couple good years. But then when you turn 21, it's like, why'd you even want to be at a frat party? You'd rather go to the bars.
I feel like if I was an initiate and there's clearly only one guy getting hazed and it's me, I would feel...
I'm bringing him down with me.
No, I'd be like, this is not like an evenly distributed... Like, I'm obviously the...
Hey, that guy! Get that guy!
Yeah. Guys, I'm the only one getting dragged by my balls around here, and I'm starting to resent you guys. Like, there would definitely be like a Gomer Pyle situation.
Like a Full Metal.
Yes. And I would be...
Is that who you're talking about?
Yeah, that's Gomer Pyle, yeah. And, I would definitely just be traumatized.
In the corner with my paddle. In the bathroom. What are you doing? I'm going to drag you all by your balls. Big claw hammer. This one's all claw. No hammer part. 4 claws. Different points.
This is a grappling hook. You drag four sets of nuts at once.
Get over here.
You should have never put all your balls out at the same time.
Yeah, if they made me, even if they're like, eat this bite of onion, I'd be like coming back with a wire. What'd you want me to do? What? Get them all kicked off campus, and then they'd probably kill you or something. But
yeah, I think I would deal with hazing as long as it's like, oh, we're the new guys. I get it. There's some sort of stupid initiation. But like if it's
Edward 40 hands or something,
if it's happening to a group of people, that's fine. I'll endure that, like, you know, because it's like going to boot camp.
Because that's how they breed the brotherhood. Because it's like you went through it with these people.
Yes, it's shared trauma, and you have like the.
It's a great bond.
It's a great bond.
Maker, yeah.
That's why
it's like being.
That's why the Spartans had sex with all those boys.
I was gonna say it's like being in the gladiator pits
or that.
It's like we kill robots together, like we're brothers.
Yeah. Or like being a little boy in Sparta.
If that's where your mind goes, man, I can't control where your mind goes, but I'm thinking gladiator pit. Or war or something, but yeah. Or like being a Spartan.
Or just like a regular like Spartan child.
but they won, right? Oh wait, no, they didn't. Oh, they still lost.
Yeah. I think it's funny how like I think the movie 300 came out and people were like, Spartans were the greatest warriors in the world, and then since then it's been a bunch of like YouTube historians that have just like, actually Spartans were known for like one thing, and it was pedophilia mostly.
Slavery.
Yeah, slavery.
Their economy was not in a very good state. And blah 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 blah.
A lot of Spartan slander. I actually think they're like,
we need Zack Snyder to make another one. Get people, put some respect back on their names. This time, 5 Spartans versus 1 million robots. And they kill them all. And the place they fight in is so incredibly narrow.
It's a hallway.
It's a hallway.
It's just a hallway.
Old boy hallway fight scene.
They put 5 Spartans at the entrance to Elon Musk's robot factory, right at the front door.
2-person wide hallway.
Right.
Got the shield guys, the spear guys, 1 bowman in the back.
They're just in the revolving door. And so they just come in, block, go back out for a breather, come back in, block. 5 guys could defend people all day. How would you go through a revolving door if there was always a Spartan at the opening?
With a spear.
Yeah, and he stabs a couple times and then he retreats back through the revolving door. I'd never get out of that building.
All you got is fucking claw hammer or something. Yeah. I don't
Elon
know.
Musk is creating a wave of John Ham robots with claw hammers.
I'd be one of the Spartans, and a robot would be like, I can give you like 50 sex bots and like a bunch of gold. Like, okay, maybe I'm putting like a fucking wedge in the revolving door or something. Like, they can get me quick.
What's that guy's name from 300? Yeah, the Hunchback guy.
Nosferatu. Yeah. I was going Nosferatu. That's Nostradamus or whatever. Yeah. The Hunchback. Yeah. Robots.
So
could
Elon
give me
Musk,
pretty good deals.
Elon Musk would carry you off to the side and be like, does he come down like Xerxes?
Yeah.
His robots, his big robot litter.
Nipple rings. nose ring. Be like, I can give you like 20 robots to do whatever the hell you want with.
They won't claw hammer your balls.
Yeah.
That's been disabled on them.
I'll throw in a car. I'd say, I know you got a fucking fight arena down here somewhere. You're fighting robots on box seats.
I got a little business idea.
I want 10% of your earnings in grease and oil. I don't know. Yeah, I mean,
and then what? You would just show him the emergency exit to go around in his own factory.
Yeah,
By the way, there's another door
actually,
over there that you can just simply
1,000 exits in this place. Also, here's a gun. Also, this thing's called a gun. You just fucking blast that Spartan right in the fucking head. Even your flamethrowers.
Yeah, you only need
you love so
not
much.
even a full mag. You just need 5 bullets. It's 5 Spartans out there. Just when they come in through the door.
Kneecap.
Yeah.
1 buckshot.
And that's all she wrote. I'm gonna go do a little bit of work before I wrap it up. You know, tonight is Chinese food night. We're having orange chicken. Abby invited her parents over. They're gonna eat some of my orange chicken. Are you kidding me?
That you picked out.
Oh my god!
If they like it, you're gonna say, I picked this out.
Yeah, but I know she didn't go buy more to invite her family over, which means we're gonna have to. I'm not gonna be able to just fucking pig
you're gonna
out.
have to have like 1 serving.
I'm gonna have to have like just a regular plate of Chinese food.
Oh my god, dude! In-laws.
What the fuck?
Classic.
What the fuck, dude?
Always pigging out on your food.
Yeah, they couldn't have come
Disrespecting
over
you.
on fucking dog shit night or something on Taco Tuesday that I'm tired of.
I thought you abolished Taco Tuesday as your first move.
I did. That's probably why they. Wait, what's today? Is today Tuesday? No, it's Wednesday. Okay, yeah,
it's Wednesday.
They're even coming over on a regular day.
Let's see. It's Wednesday, April 2nd. We're recording this on the 2nd.
Cool.
April Fool's was yesterday.
Yeah.
So this will be out by the 9th, or else Stalt did something wrong. That's an April Fool's joke for you. Did you do it? Well, last question. Do you do any good April Fool's jokes? You seem like a jokester.
No, it hit me like I woke up and there was people doing April Fool's stuff, and I was like, oh shit, it is April. Yeah.
I love April Fool's. It's one of my favorite holidays, and I was hitting it a little too serious though. But I think in a way, sounds weird, but if you give someone horrible news and then say April Fool's, it's a gift in a way because they were just so worried, and then you just wipe all that worry out with a sweep of a word. And like I told, this was leaking, and Happy had been really worried about it. And I went in there like right when he sat down to play video games after a long day of work. And I was like, dude, there's a fucking puddle of water on the ground. Like, I think the roof's like rotting. And he's like, oh, okay, guys, I got to go. See ya. April Fools. Then he's relieved. Then he's like, oh, I get to game and not do that shit for my stupid roommate. Called my mom. 8:00. She was in bed. Don't even know that's possible. I'm like, yeah, I saw my little sister got tagged in a video on Instagram, and she was clearly hammered. My mom's like, what? April Fools. She had already gotten out of bed, was on her way to go yell at my sister, and I'm like, okay, bye. Told my parents I got in a car crash. April Fool. You know, you just get hit them with hard. April Fools cleared. And I barely got. This was a pretty seamless.
Yeah.
Good day.
Yeah,
a lot of fun with it.
Wait
till next year.
Awesome. We're getting.
I thought about calling you, but
wait.
I was going to tell you that EA sent me an email and that they're taking legal action about you talking about the skate thing after signing an NDA. And I was going to be like really scared and then just go April Fools. But that one actually could come true, so I didn't want to.
Yeah.
That was probably not good to talk about as much as you did. A lot of the comments were like, that NDA definitely mentions don't talk about it. Oh.
Nah, we'll be all right.
Peace
Wait,
out.
did I talk already about Olivia breaking her foot in twain? No. Okay. Olivia didn't actually break her foot, but she's April Foolsing us. She was running around and fatly did like a ankle twist or something in the living room, and then like has been babying it. Like she might have like sprained her ankle, but if you pick up her foot and like push on the bottom of her foot, she's like, yeah, no, it doesn't hurt. I'm like, does it hurt when I bend it like this? No, it doesn't hurt. I put my hand on top of her foot and I go, can you like pull your foot up against my hand? That doesn't hurt. But she's like, I can't walk on it. It's like, I can't. And so she's been like crawling around like a panhandler, like, my legs.
Like a panhandler.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think of like those. Have you ever seen those dudes in like India that'll just cut their own leg open,
like zombie,
and then they'll crawl and be like, please give me some.
The final zombie you keep alive.
Yeah.
Black Ops.
And she's just hobbling around and crawling because she doesn't want to go to school. She hates it's not school, it's daycare. But she's in now like VPK where they start teaching her like her alphabet and how to write her own name. And she's like, I like daycare. I don't like learning. I'm like, dude, this is
She's going to fall behind. She misses some of those early letters.
This is the very beginning. You can't be bucking already.
Yeah,
I mean,
she's going to think that goddamn first letter's H. She doesn't get in there soon.
Yeah. Well, they haven't even introduced numbers yet. So I'm like, you wait. Okay, it gets a lot harder than spelling your own fucking name.
There's fun songs for the letters, the numbers, no fanfare. It's cold hard facts.
And so now, like, I think it was this happened on Sunday, and then Sunday night I'm sitting there trying to enjoy some fucking arena, and I keep getting text messages from Abby that's like, you need to go up there and see what's wrong with Olivia. She's crying, and I'm just trying to get some sleep. I'm like, okay. So I go up there, and she's just like laying halfway in her bed and halfway out, and she's like, I'm scared. I'm having a nightmare. I'm like, well, why don't you get up and like go? Because almost every
you're awake. I'm in a nightmare.
Almost every night.
Almost people on train tracks flying down. I'm having a vision. God,
I see a bleak future.
Tumbleweed. Oh God, there's others. There's other things in the wind.
Almost every night, she like, if she wakes up with a nightmare, she'll just go into my bed and then sleep there until I come to bed, and then I carry her back to her bed. And she woke up and she's like, my foot hurts too bad. I can't make the journey. And I'm like, a little kid, a 4-year-old that wakes up from a nightmare and is still using the foot as an excuse as to why they're scared and they can't move. I'm like, it actually might be injured. Yeah. So but I'm looking at, there's no swelling or discoloration, nothing. When you sprain an ankle, it swells up, you know? And so I give her an ice pack on her foot, and I'm like, give her melatonin. I'm like, go to bed, just sleep it off. It'll be fine in the morning. In the morning, I thought she would wake up and be like, I forgot about my foot, and just hop up and walk around. She gets up and is like crawling across the floor. My leg, I can't go to school. Abby keeps her home from school.
Find out there's like no bones left in it. It's just dust.
Abby keeps her home from school and is like, okay, you can chill and like watch TV or whatever. And then I just told her, I was like, by the way, like foot injuries don't last longer than 24 hours. Everybody knows that. Sprained foot, it's usually fixed after 24 hours. They don't, if it lasts longer than 24 hours, it's because it's broken and we need to bring you to the doctor, and he'll probably cut it off. So she was like, okay, well, it's probably not going to be better by tomorrow, Dad. And I was like, it is. It will be better by tomorrow. I know it.
You're going to have to take this fucking foot off.
And I can see her weighing, like, what do I want to do more? Go to school and learn about the ABCs, or go get my foot cut off?
Start panhandling.
This morning she woke up and she's like, I'm getting my fucking foot cut off. And she's like, bring me to the doctor. We brought her to the doctor. They x-rayed her foot. Nothing fucking wrong with it. The doctor's like, there's not even any discoloration or swelling. And she's like, it hurts real bad. Such a little fucking liar, dude. It's like, you feel like there's pressure as a parent because you're like, oh, she's injured. We need to make sure there's nothing wrong. But your gut is telling you, there's fucking nothing. Yeah, for a fact there's nothing wrong. But you don't want to be that parent that's like, now get up, dust yourself off, you're fine. And then it turns out that they had like a hairline fracture or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think she's completely fine. What's funny is she makes me like drag her to her bike, put her on the bike, and then she'll ride her bike. And then hauls ass, and then when she gets off her bike, she like dives off of it and crawls away. I'm like, dude, you are milking it so hard. I told her, I'm like, I don't give a shit if your foot just falls off tomorrow. You're going to school. Because I want to have relations with my wife, okay? And you are cramping. Yes, you were a pain in the ass all weekend. And then Monday and Tuesday, you stayed home from school. You're ruining everything. You have to go to school tomorrow. She's like, okay. Well, she didn't say okay. She's up there fighting it right now. She's still crawling around, acting like it's an extreme agony.
Like, if you can't walk, you have to go to school for freaks.
Yeah,
and they teach you
school.
numbers only. Only numbers. Kids with hurt feet can walk. They can't crawl.
Yeah.
I've seen those videos where a parent will be like, well, you know the way to tell if they're really, when a kid's faking being asleep, they'll be like, if they leave their arm up in the air when I lift it up and drop it, then they're actually asleep. And then the kid will just be like, fake sleeping with their arms still up in the air. You just have to find a way to trick her.
Yeah. Mm.
But if she's willing to go amputation, she's pretty devoted. And I don't
know.
That always got me when I was a kid, when my parents would, even if I was like genuinely hurt and they're like, well, we're going to go to the doctor, I'd be like, okay, I'm fine. I don't want to go.
Yeah.
So I can't.
Well, doctor is worse than going
brave.
to school. So
not to
her. Yeah. I'm just going to have to put some horror story in her head where it's like, hey, kids with crippled feet, they end up blowing the bellows on the mortal engine of the hobo mortal engine.
Hooverville, you'll be probably not mayor. Yeah. Okay, I can tell you that much. You know what you are? Gorilla fodder. Because if you can't run, a gorilla can easily catch you.
Yeah.
Have her crawling around, be like, snake right behind you, run. Gotcha.
Well, I've noticed she breaks down under pressure. So like if you like scare her, she just goes
light in her face. Yeah. Turn the light in her face. God damn it! I know you can walk.
What, interrogate her? Yeah.
Good mom, bad dad.
No, I want to. I think already.
Are you comfortable?
We have
65
bad mom,
degrees
good
in
dad.
here.
Yeah, the ultimate torture. I got the AC pretty cold downstairs. Let's leave her on the concrete floor for a little bit. Let her get used to it.
Let's ice that foot. Put her in the freezer. 10 minutes should do.
I feel like 10 minutes in a freezer would kill you almost. I would fuck you up.
Certainly. Yeah. I think I would definitely die if you put me in a freezer for, I don't really get them. How much air is going into them? I don't know.
Yeah. Anyways, I'm getting out of here. Excellent episode, guys.
Bye, guys.
I just rated our own episode. Excellent episode, guys. Good riffage. All right. We're out.